at the corner of Russell and Albina, just about a block from Mississippi Avenue. I'll take you to a house where they hang carpets on the wall, and if we go there on a Sunday, there's a song I'll take you through.
Well, hello there, everyone watching. Hello to all of our performers. Welcome to Open Mic America, because it's Sunday night and that means it's time for Amazing Open Mic. Tonight we are featuring our interviewer, Pete Summer, our show engineer, TK Tran, and I will be your host this evening. My name is Laura P.L. Borowitz. It is a pleasure to have you all here. If you're not familiar with Open Mic America, we do have a mission, and that is to support our local open mics. And it's our pleasure to be able to present the more accomplished singer-songwriters who play at those events. Without any gimmicks or frills, right here tonight is the beating heart of American music, that tapestry of story and song that has been weaving us together for generations, and I hope you're excited to be a part of that tonight. We have 8 different states represented in our performers tonight, and we are going to have them all wave as I introduce them one by one. We're going to have Jan Luby from Pasco, Rhode Island, which is nearby Providence. We'll have Jimmy Joe Natoli from Dale, Texas. We'll have Don Murdoch from San Jose, California. We'll have Robert Edgar from Sunnyvale, California. Neil Dale from Bedford, Massachusetts. Mark Bishop Evans from Phoenix, Arizona. Jason Baker from Burlington, Vermont. And Charles Absher from Avondale Estates, Georgia. Now, I think all of our performers are pretty much ready to go. Are you guys ready to go? All right, audience, I hope you guys are ready to go. We've got a great show for you tonight, starting off with Jan Luby, whose open mic she wants to shout out tonight is this open mic at Sandy Woods Center for the Arts in Tiverton, Rhode Island on Sundays afternoon. Take it away, Jan.
Should I just start here?
You are good to go.
I'm a little nervous. I am still writing this. I was still like with my pen crossing things out just before the show, so we'll see. I've been trying to tell this story for decades and finally got some inspiration to finish it lately, so you'll probably know what that is. Sitting on the front stoop, steam rising in the heat, 4 girlfriends together on 37th Street. But instead of laughter, that day we were subdued. Patty said her daddy would kill her if he knew. We asked if she'd told Jimmy, we all offered our help. But we knew her father, it wouldn't go well. Now Patty was a good girl, studious and smart, volunteered at the hospital, always led with her heart. She was gonna be a nurse, would have been a good one. Maybe she saw how her plans would be undone. She was 14 years old in a difficult time. In 1966, abortion was a crime. I can't believe we have to fight this fight again. I can't believe we have to fight this fight again. Well, we didn't know till later. She didn't share her plan. Maybe she thought we wouldn't understand. In that back alley, things went horribly wrong. They found her in a trash can, and I'm here singing this song. Can't believe we have to fight this fight again. Can't believe we have to fight this fight again. We fought for the right to make our own choices. Nobody's ever gonna silence our voices. It's a fight for our lives, though it's too late for my friend. What else can we do but fight this fight and win? I can't believe we have to fight this fight again. I can't believe we have to fight this fight again. Ah, ba-da-da-da, la-da-da-da. But we will fight and win.
Wow. Wow, Jan.
Great song.
That is
Powerful.
fabulous, darling.
Yes.
Wonderful. Wonderful song.
Thank
what
you.
we need right
Thanks
now.
so much. Yeah, it's now that you know how old I am. There were four friends there, and two of us were 13, two of us were 14 when that all happened. So, should I just go on? I don't know how this works.
Yeah, you're good to go for your second song.
I know somebody's going to talk to me eventually, right?
Yeah, that'll be after your set.
Okay, good. So this, I figured since now you know how old I am, I'd do a song about aging. And, yeah, and lighten it up a little bit. The part in my hair has been growing wider, that's wider with a D. And I know my teeth are looking long for a while now. Parts of me have been sliding, and my clothes just fit all wrong. Well, I can remember when we had an ozone layer. Remember that? I could sit all day in the sun, and now I can't leave any parts of me bare. My days of exposure are done. When did it happen? Oh, I don't know, but here I am suddenly. Who is that person in my bathroom mirror? And what's she doing in here with me? Oh, I've heard it said that you should age with grace, but I don't know anybody by that name. And hey, I really don't mind the wrinkles on my face, but I could do without the aches and pains. You know what I mean? When did it happen? Oh, I don't know, but here I am suddenly. Who is that person in my bathroom mirror? And what's she doing looking at me? Oh, where'd I put my glasses? There's something I need to see. Why did I come this way? I wish I could remember where I left my cup of tea. What was I gonna say? What was I gonna say? Well, what were we talking about? Oh God, I hate when that happens. It's so frustrating. Maybe it'll come around again.
Marvelous. That was marvelous. Fabulous.
That was hilarious. I love it.
There, done that.
Thank you.
Yeah, we can all relate.
And very well done.
There we go.
Very well done. Very well crafted. Gosh, amazing. And they say what history repeats itself, right?
Yeah.
And unfortunately, we don't have to wait that long for history to repeat itself. It just kind of comes back to us all the time. I was looking at your profile there on the good old internet, and you've had your influences. Your parents were in entertainment.
My father was a comedy juggler. My mother was an acrobat and a dancer. And I grew up on the road till we landed in New York City. where I grew up for 20 years. I did acting and dance and theater, choreography. Mashed up my foot on a motorcycle when I was 17, and then somebody handed me my first guitar and showed up every week or so while I couldn't walk and showed me another chord. Because song and dance always made a lot of sense to me. My idols were like Judy Garland and Gene Kelly, and so never did I think I'd stand up in front of people, play a guitar, and play original music. It just wasn't something I thought I was going to end up doing. Just kind of happened.
The evolution is unstoppable, and your roots are there. So you just brought it all out, and it's wonderful.
I had friends on the West Coast that, I'd play at parties and stuff, but I wasn't playing out. And I had these two friends. They didn't know each other, but they dragged me around to all these places and said, you ought to play there. You ought to play there. And I finally said, okay, leave me alone. I'll audition somewhere. If I get a gig, I'll do it. And then you'll stop, And I got a weekly gig at this place in Capitola, just south of Santa Cruz. At a place called Capitola Joe's. And this first night I played, a guy came up and said, we're doing this album, Music from Santa Cruz. We'd like you to be on it. And then people came up and gave me gigs, and it just like snowballed. It was like, then I met the West Coast vaudeville people and felt really at home there. So I had a duo called Girls Who Wear Glasses, and we did all the Canadian folk festivals, but we did mostly vaudeville up and down the West Coast.
Well, that's great.
Novelty jazz tunes.
And you actually started and were involved in some organizations to really support musicians and entertainers, right?
Yeah, I still am. I'm on the board of Rhode Island Songwriters Association since 2008. I keep trying to get off the board, but they don't let me go. So, but it's a great organization. It really is. And we actually have members from like 7 or 8 different states. It's not just people from Rhode Island. We do songwriting workshops and all kinds of things related to songwriting and performing. And, we have regular shows. We have a Songwriters in the Round that we do that Ryan Fitzsimmons brought to Providence, and we do every month. And the audience chooses the theme that the next month's Songwriters is going to write on. And so then we do 4 rounds of original music, and the 3rd round is the brandy new song. It's really a fun series. I don't miss it unless, I can't get there for some reason. I'm one of the 4 rotating hosts there, but I go every month anyway, just because it's what's more fun.
Absolutely,
Than
absolutely.
seeing 4 songwriters come up with something on a theme of 4 completely different songs, and so I love that.
That's fun. Well, thank you so much for coming on Open Mic America. It was quite a treat. And thank you for everything you do for the music community. And we'll see you next time.
Thanks for having me. Thanks.
Thank you.
All right, let's give it up again for Jan. That was a great way to start off the show. All right. Now, our next performer comes from Dale, Texas, and wants to shout out the Spoken and Heard open mic, which happens Sundays at the Kick Butt Coffee in Austin. So if anyone wants to see our next performer, you can see him right now, Jimmy Joe Natoli.
Thank you, my friend, for lending me a shoulder. It doesn't get easier as I grow older. You reached out to me, heart wide open. You gave me reason to keep on hoping. You listened to me, held me when I cried. You awakened in me a part I thought had died. You filled me with passion and laughter. You held me close the morning after. We had the love and the chemistry, but I know you and I It was too good to be true. I have one thing to ask of you. Do you have any friends like you? Someone who cares, smiles when she sings, always speaks her mind, but not so that it stings. Someone who could make me blush when she flirts, makes me laugh until it hurts. I'd really like to know, do you have any friends like you? Someone who cares, smiles when she sings, always speaks her mind, but not so that it stings. Someone who can make me blush when she flirts, makes me laugh until it hurts. I'd really like to know, do you have any friends like you? Do you have any friends like you? Do you have any friends like you? Like you.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Sweet.
All right, I'm going to do something all the way on the opposite end of the spectrum now. It's a hot rodding and bootlegging song. I like to say it's a true story that I made up, and it's based on some true stories that my uncle made up. Lightning Rod was running whiskey, always knew the job was risky, set out to find the fastest car around. He got a name from a guy he knew, said there's only one man I'd send you to, that's Mickey the mechanic on the other side of town. The Rod went to Mickey's shop, said I need a car that'll dust the cops. Mickey said, how much you willing to spend? They agreed on a price in cash, of course. Mickey charged him by the horse, half up front, half on the other end. Mickey said, nah, don't be shy, she'll do 110 in a blink of an eye, but you have to break her in slow, you'll break her down. Rod forked over a wad of cash, he loaded up his liquid stash, and he grinned at that low and rumbling sound. The night was cool out there in the hills, the hooch was hot right off the still, he fired up that beast, ready for flight. He's wound up the hour late, he ignored advice and tempted fate, floored the pedal and sped off into the night. In all the years he's been running a lightning rod, never drove a car so frightening, he took Dead Man's Curve at 95. But Mickey built that rocket right, the tires held the pavement tight, he prayed he'd make it to the other side alive. Oh, Mickey the mechanic, he is known to stir a panic, runs a shop on the other side of town. Built a car, cops had feared, does 75 in second gear, outrun the devil when you lay that hammer down. Late that night, Mickey had a visit before he could even say who was it. The law damn near busted down his door. Mickey said, what can I do for you men? Shop is closed and it's after 10, so how about telling me what this intrusion is for? The law said, Mickey, our problem's arisen, and if you want to stay out of prison, I suggest you listen up and hear me good. Aiding and abetting's a serious crime. We'll send you out for some serious time of the voodoo that you do underneath the hood. The lawman said we need a car and one will outrun them all by far. We'll even pay a fare to get it right. So Mickey listened to a spiel, said, mister, you got yourself a deal. I have one here, you can drive away tonight. Oh, Mickey the mechanic, he is known to stir a panic. Runs a shop on the other side of town. Built a car bootleggers fear, does 85 in second gear. Outrun the devil when you lay that hammer down. Felt the recoil as the dashboard light shined the word oil, and a cloud of smoke billowed out from under the hood. Oh, lightning took to panicking, cause he didn't know a thing about mechanicking, and he wouldn't spin a wrench even if he could. On a bend that engine threw a rod, and the rod started believing in God as the back end lost control in an oil slick. The car spun out about 10 times, he could say it turned on a bucket dimes, and slammed into a cypress tree down by the creek. The car came to rest in a bog, and Rod came to in a fog when he heard something trickling out down by the trunk. He climbed out, crawled underneath, caught a stream of liquor between his teeth. He was well on his way to getting stone cold drunk. It doesn't matter in the end if he heard the law coming round the bend, barreling on through that oily haze. The lawman hit that oil patch, and his tires never had a chance to catch. They crashed head-on into a fiery blaze. The news made its way to town, and Mickey closed the shop right down. He wheeled his own hot rod out the garage. Made from parts not found on a shelf, he saved the fastest car for himself, left a cloud of dust as he hightailed it out of Dodge. Oh, Mickey the mechanic, he is known to stir a panic. Runs a shop on the other side of town. Built a car everybody feared, does 95 in second gear. Outran the devil when he laid that hammer down.
Woo!
Yeah.
All right.
I'm picking, man. That's great.
Awesome.
Great song. Great pick. Yeah, man. Fabulous.
Play Magic Fingers. Great job. Great job. Well, you had an incredible experience and background in music. I mean, you went to Berkeley School of Music, correct?
Yeah, for a year.
Yeah, and you do live performances, and you also do studio
Yeah.
work. On your own stuff or on other your
Little
studios?
of both. I just did a couple of sessions last week.
Okay.
One was for a friend, Clark Cook. He's got an album, or he got a song that he did. I played baritone guitar on that. And another one was for my friend Mike Reese, who's one of the writers on The Simpsons. He's got a podcast
Okay.
called What Am I Doing Here? And I just did some theme music for that one. It's kind of a parody on what's that old song? I've Been Everywhere, Man.
Oh,
But, yeah, it's a kind of a takeoff on that one.
Cool. Very, very, very nice. So, what other instruments do you play? You play the baritone?
Baritone guitar. That's
Yeah.
something I haven't played in a long time, but it's nice to put some new strings on it and tune it up and play that again. But mostly just guitar. a little bit of banjo.
Okay. Yeah. Have you done anything with a tenor guitar?
No.
No. Okay. Oh, cool. Cool. So what's your favorite thing to do? To perform live or to do sessions, or is it hard to tell?
Perform live,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
The energy.
Yeah. There's well, there can be energy in a studio, but
Yeah, it's a different kind of thing.
different kind of energy. Yeah. Cool. Cool. So what's the best advice you've ever been given?
Oh, I've had a lot of
Music-wise.
advice. Music-wise?
Music-wise, yeah.
When I was a kid, when I was just learning, I was about maybe 13, and I was up in this little cabin in Maine, with family friends, and my friend's mom said, just close your eyes and just play whatever you feel like playing, just like nobody else is around.
Okay.
And I told her that just probably not long before she passed, and she said, I said that? I said, yes, you did, and it made a big difference.
Well, gosh, you're very accomplished. Thank you so much for joining us here on Open Mic America, and look forward to hearing more from you in the future. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Jimmy. That was great. We are moving right along from one performer to the next, and number 3 on our list comes from San Jose, California, Mr. Don Murdoch, who wants to shout out Bogey's Pizza in San Jose on Friday evenings. That is in real life, so if you're in San Jose, check out Bogey's Pizza. But for now, let's check out Don.
Thanks, everybody. I'm just going to do a couple of short instrumentals. One is a very old song. Whoops, hang on. I thought I had my phone turned off. I guess not. This is an old folk song called Water is Wide, and I'm going to do instrumental tune I wrote. louder as well.
Oh, that was beautiful.
Beautiful.
Don.
It's beautiful.
Beautiful, really.
I see everybody's still awake, so we'll try one more time with the short lullaby. I call it the 1/4 lullaby. It's actually an original.
I'm snoring, Don.
Sweet.
Oh, really?
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
So pretty.
Don, great as usual.
Oh, thanks, Pete.
Yeah.
I see the check cashed.
Okay, I already cashed it, so
Oh, good.
no. I've heard you and known you for a number of years, and you just keep there. I wonder where's the room for improvement for Don. He was good to begin with, and now he just fine tunes and hones his skills just over the course of the years that I've known you, and it's great to watch that, hear that, and be in the audience when you're playing.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah. So what's your favorite and your least favorite part about being a musician?
Well, you know, being a musician, some parts aren't fun, like practicing and making mistakes and screwing up and all the rest of that. But it's all part of it. It's all fun.
It's all fun, and you do some teaching also.
I do. Yeah, I've taught quite a bit at the San Francisco Folk Music Club online and also in person, theory workshops and things of that nature.
Okay.
And I haven't started private teaching, but um, anybody out there knows how to do that, that's on my radar to get started
To start teaching
privately. Yeah.
private lessons. Yeah, just hang a shingle, as they say, virtual or otherwise.
And pretty much, I mean, you beginners or advanced. I mean, I can help just about anybody do anything.
Yeah. Well, you just recently did a session on the San Francisco Free Folk Festival. That was
Yes,
online a couple of weeks ago.
I did. And I
Yeah.
have no idea how it went because it was Zoom, and I kept saying, "Anybody have any questions?" And only one woman would answer me. So I have no idea whether I sucked or I was great or whatever.
I'm sure you were great, Don. I've sat in on that lesson before in the past. I wasn't able to make it this year. I thought that they'd have a replay of it, but they didn't. It was just live
I
only.
didn't record it.
Yeah. Oh
Maybe it was a
well.
good thing.
So I missed it. I missed the moment. But anyway, well, thank you so much for joining us tonight, and look forward to hearing more from you. And I'll see you at Bogies and some of the other places that are around that we haunt.
Absolutely. Thank you, Pete.
All right, and thank you, Don. Yes, so much. We're having a really great show tonight. Can you already believe that we are at just about the halfway mark? We're going to have performer number 4 from Sunnyvale, California, who says that he likes all of Pete Summers' open mics. So, Pete, can you vouch for Robert Edgar? Can you vouch for him?
Robert who?
Robert Edgar from Sunnyvale, California. You're on.
Absolutely.
That's nice. Here and vouched for, not at the same time, simultaneously, virtual and vouched, which is not bad, not a bad way to be. Okay, so delighted to be here with the musicians who are playing. You guys are and gals are wonderful here. So I'm gonna do a couple songs. This one is called Lifelines. Yeah. The sun was peach, the water blue. They both eased their way into this evening's charcoal dusk. I speak and ship horns interrupt. Bass clarinets with their wood throats cut. This day is dying, darling. I'm here, floating off your shore. A path was here, but's now defaced. The waves erased conquistador footprints long ago. Hearts and doors have opened and shut. Fresh homes built with their front yards cut. My thoughts are skipping, darling, tossing shells from the shore. What would it be to know what mother feels with her centuries of blood and tragic appeals? Bleached from concrete and sky, bleach from soil and shivering lorelei are the opaque truth that for we who are alive, life's measures can be found after sensing that we will die. The sky's red, the water black, rising lights force widening cracks into morning. A wing descends to kiss a mutt. Boats are drifting with their lifelines cut. New day is coming, darling, dreaming together on this sandy shore. Thank you.
Listening.
Thank you. I'll try another song here, a little more subdued. What I need is your smile. Life's too long without it, I'd wait forever. If time gets exhausted, how could I prepare? Bitter words will chill your heart. Build up your love, time now to start. For what I need is your smile. What plants need is to bloom. Buds on a flower are silent plumes, quietly waiting like darkened rooms. Are barren tombs if no flower, yeah, but with its scent fully empowered. For what plants need is to bloom. Yeah, without you, to whom would I sing? If I can't sing to you, I'll sing to the waves. If I can't sing to you, I'll sing to invention. If I can't sing to you, I'll sing to Shiva. If I can't sing to you, I'll sing at the walls. Beauty is lost in anger and silence. Harmony's arches require reliance. What we need is a heart. One shared should do it, cause the chill to go. Warm in your cheeks, set your eyes aglow. Senses start learning to feel. Cynical life learns what is real. Don't let grace depart, attracted again with your smile of bloom and our heart.
Yeah. Very dramatic.
That
Wow.
was beautiful.
Great words. Love the shirt.
Yeah, so do I. Thanks.
Well, Robert, good. Thanks for the shout out. Appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's many years back when I first heard you. So, how would you categorize your music as? How has it evolved in your perspective?
Well, I can't say that I've mastered everything I've come through. But started with blues with Southern guitarist, folk guitarist who taught me finger picking and such, and went on to junior and senior high rock bands. When I got to college, I went into I went into the art school. I majored in art and film, and I went over to the music school and said, "Hey, I've got a flute. Can you get a music teacher to give me lessons on it?" And the guy said, "Well, our music teachers are busy now with all the music majors. Don't you think, that's how it should be?" And I said, "Well, no, I think they should be open up to everybody. I mean, music, it's all around." But the guy said, yeah, okay. But there's one class that we have a lot of openings for here, and it's electronic music. So at this time, none of the serious music students wanted to be known to be at all related to electronic music. This was very early days of the Moog and stuff like that. So I was able to take electronic music for about 5 or 6 years, composing with razor blades and splicing tape and doing that. And left that and went on to different types of music for a while and different types of interactive both music and video type things. Went over to the computer and I'm still doing interactive stuff with that. So long story, but I've played with a lot of different things, including about 10 years here in the Bay Area playing with some classical Indian musicians who were quite an influence and taught me a lot.
Well, I remember those razor blade and splicing days. I remember. Whoa, that takes me back to a night. No. It was good. But
Things are a little faster now. Yeah.
Pardon?
Things are a little faster now.
They are, but they're more confusing. I'd give me the give me the razor blade and the tape.
That's right.
So you were influenced. Did you listen to Terry Riley back then?
Sure.
Yeah. I think we talked about that sometime.
In order, I think I went through Karl-Heinz Stockhausen, Steve Reich, and then King Sunny Ade, who brought me back to performing a little bit. But Terry Riley, big one at the same time with Steve Reich. I think that was they both came in about the same time.
Yeah, was there somebody named Casey? Maybe I'm remember, but Terry Riley. I used to listen to Terry Riley and C, Rainbow and Curved Air. Those albums were just incredible back in the day.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'd go hear Reich when he was at the Kitchen and places like that in New York, because that's where I was located at that time. And that was an amazing time too, early Steve Reich stuff.
Well, good. Well, thank you for sharing again here on Open Mic America, and look forward to hearing more and seeing you out in the real world and at various locations.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you, Robert.
It's always a pleasure. Thanks.
Yes, thank you, Robert. It was a pleasure listening to you. This has been a really great show tonight. I mean, we have great shows every night, but it's a really good show tonight. And we've reached the halfway mark, so everyone can get up and stretch and take a little break, get some water. And that was all the time you got, because we are moving right along to Neil Dale from Bedford, Massachusetts, who wants to shout out the open mic at One Broadway Collaborative in Lawrence, Massachusetts, which happens Sunday afternoons, both in real life and Zoom. So I'm glad that this Sunday we get him.
Right. Well, I was there this afternoon. It's the time difference is hard to get, but yeah, I was there. It's I like the hybrid format, actually. It's kind of cool. But anyway, this song is from the pages of The New Scientist, which is sort of the English equivalent of Scientific American. So every word is true. No. But it's not about global warming. You really got to listen to what scientists say. Future that they're seeing gets closer every day. When the soil gets eroded and there's no fish in the sea, it's grasshoppers and jellyfish for you and me. Fading, fading, nature slips away. If you don't want to see it, just turn the other way. They toasted up some grasshoppers to make a tasty meal, and they turned to jellyfish with scientific zeal. They shaked them and they baked them and they tried some sushi too. Ooh, but the only thing they ever could make was jellyfish stew. Fading, fading, nature slips away. You don't want to hear it, just turn and walk away. If you're a 1%er, well, you don't have much to fear. There'll be ponds for your salmon and paddocks for your steers. But if you're like the rest of us, here's a meal for you. Have a grasshopper biscuit and some jellyfish stew. Fading, fading, nature slips away. The less we want to see it, the sooner comes the day. Fading, fading, nature slips away. The less we want to see it, the sooner comes the day.
Neil. Yeah.
On a lighter note, I was in Guyana recently, and nobody knows where that is, but I'll say one thing about it. It's 80% trees and no roads. It's a wonderful place. But on the other hand, they're just about to receive their first billion from Exxon. No, they've received their first billion, and next year they'll get their next 2 billion from Exxon for offshore oil. So I desperately fear for this country, but anyway, I'd like this to be their national anthem. It's called O Guyana. Oh, Guyana, land of trees, where the rivers run as dark as tea.
Birds and frogs and monkeys sing, may your peace reign over everything. May your forests grow and your people thrive, may they keep your children all alive. May they know your endless worth and keep you safe, Mother Earth. Essequibo, mighty river, forest artery. Fish slide by in silent dark as you roll to the sea. Forest woven canopy, spread your blessing over me. The choir sings in the jungle night, and howlers roar in the rising light. Scarlet, macaw, red and blue, Mother dear, we've kept them all for you. We've kept your purple heart with its spreading crown, and the mora seeds landing all around. Green hearts standing strong and true, Mother dear, we've kept them all for you. Pataro runs like boiling coffee, every tree gets kissed. Plunging over Kayatur, lost in swirling mist. Forest woven tapestry, fold me in your mystery. We grow mangroves back to protect your shore, as we learn to grow without taking more. Every balata and cashew too, Mother dear, we'll keep them all for you. In work with you will be our wealth, and Mother's love will be our health. Every plant is part of you, Mother dear, we'll keep them all for you. Oh, Guyana, land of trees, where the rivers run as dark as tea. Birds and frogs and monkeys sing, may your peace reign over everything.
Very nice.
Beautiful.
Oh, that was so sweet.
Great, Glenn. Great, Neil, man.
Great, Neil. Thank you for sharing those songs. So curious about your musical journey. Tell us about that. You know, where you're in your goals.
I started playing guitar about 10 years ago because I wanted to write songs about the earth, because I think that's really important, and that's why I learned the guitar. So it's just been that struggle, and I'm getting, so I've written a lot of songs now, so I'm happy with that, and
Okay.
I plan to write more.
Good. Dude, please keep us there. So, and you created a blog, an Earth blog, and you incorporate your music in that?
I wrote a long book called "Who Is the Earth?" about the
Okay.
ecology behind the idea that the Earth is a living being, in fact, and we're living inside of her.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think very many people are going to read it. I hope so, but I decided to shift to music as a way to get it to people's hearts, because that's where we get it anyway. So, it's all on a website that I have called "Who Is the Earth?" It's blog, website, book,
Right.
talks, songs, etc. I hope other people will join it. I really want to put other people on it too, but they've got to believe and know that the Earth is a living being in order for me to want to have it on there.
Yeah,
And it's not too common right now.
No, it's not. And the George Carlin would came out and said, "Hey, the Earth is going to be fine. You know, save the Earth. It's the people on the planet that aren't going to survive it." So I don't know how to, you know. That's a kind of a morbid.
But unfortunately, we'll also set her back about 300 million years if we fuck up.
Exactly.
She took a long time getting us here.
Exactly. Yeah, I did. So the blog came first, then the music became the expression, or the book first, blog, and then the music was the expression of the thoughts in the book and the blog. Is that
more or less? Yeah.
About it? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, good. Well, maybe we can get some traction to get people to your site.
I'm always happy to play here, and I love the musicians here, and it's really great listening to everybody. So wonderful.
It's great to have you here, and thank you so much for sharing.
Thanks a lot.
Appreciate it, and look forward to hearing you again in the future.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you, Neil. And if anyone out there is thinking, oh, wait, I didn't write down the website. What was Neil's website? Don't worry. You can go to openmicamerica.com where we will have links to all of the performers' websites. So if there's anyone here that you are like, I want to check them out more, you can go to our website and we have all of their links there just for you. But for now, we're going to go on to our next performer. He's one that's been on the show before, and we're excited to have him back. It's Mark Bishop Evans from Phoenix, Arizona, who tonight wants to shout out the Arizona Live Music Cooperative and the Fiddler's Dream in Phoenix, Arizona. So that's a 2-for-1 for Mark.
All right, thanks. Well, here's a couple of new songs, a few weeks old. First one is called Andy's Place.
There's a place in the valley, most people can show you the street. And sign on the door says, place is called Andy and Pete's. It's known for the chowder and fine music played on guitars. And Pete is the singer, and Andy, well, he tends the bar. Now Andy's the worker and Pete, well, he's the partying kind. But they work well together and things had been going just fine. They've been partners since childhood, their friendship was made long ago. But beginnings and endings are some things we can't always know. Now the bar was near empty the night that lady came in. Pete sang her stories of the people and places he'd seen. She sat at her table, they flirted for most of the night. When they left for the motel, Andy said it didn't feel right. Now the jukebox is playing some country that nobody knows, and the couple that's dancing are really too drunk, and it shows. Outside the wind's picking up, and the storm clouds are gathering off to the west, and the neon lights on you to come in and give it a rest. Next day at noontime, well, Pete called to say he'd be late. And when he never showed up, well, Andy just assumed it was fate. There the next day on the door was a note with a tag.
Pete said he's leaving, not sure when or if he'll be back. And the jukebox is playing some country that nobody knows. And the couple that's dancing are really too drunk, and it shows. Outside the wind's picking up, and the storm clouds are gathering off to the west. And the neon's inviting you to come in and give it a rest. It'll be 6 months this Thursday. Pete finally dropped him a line. She left him in Tulsa, but anyway, he's doing fine. Now the place hasn't changed much, except for the sign on the door. Andy's it says now, 'cause Pete isn't there anymore. And the jukebox is playing some country that nobody knows. And the couple that's dancing are really too drunk, and it shows. Outside the wind's picking up, and the storm clouds are gathering off to the west. And the neon's inviting you to come in and give it a rest. Yeah, the neon's inviting you to come in and give it a rest.
Yeah.
Good song, Mark.
That's a true story someplace. This next song is called My Heart, and it's kind of an anthem to my singleness. And maybe for other people who are single in this world, it might be an anthem for yours. It's called My Heart. Wow. Okay. Once the clouds have blown away and the sun appears to shine, I might find the words to say what's truly on my mind. It seemed to me so very clear, a change of life was drawing near, and with it came the fear for my heart. You see, I've often been betrayed, and it really takes my all. It leaves me torn and frayed at the bottom of the fall. I've often been the fool, so I learned to play it cool. It's the first and only rule for for my heart. Through all the joy and laughter, the sorrow and the tears, when thinking of it after seemed too much to fill my years. I know I've had my share of tenderness and care, for the memories are there in my heart. Through all the joy and laughter, the sorrow and the tears, when thinking of it after seemed too much to fill my years. I've truly had my share of tender love and care, the memories are there in my heart. So that's the life I've known, and that's why I will stay with all these friends I know, and laugh and cry and play. I'm finally alone. My life is all my own, and it feels like coming home to my heart.
Yeah, Mark. That's beautiful.
Ooh. Beautiful.
Nailed it, Mark.
Thank you.
It resonates, truly does. Thank you.
That's the idea.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Well, golly, here we are again.
Yeah.
It's been almost 2 weeks, right? 3 weeks.
I don't know.
Since
It wasn't that long ago. Yeah.
since the last interview. Yeah. I heard this question on a Dick Cavett interview, and Steve Allen actually posed this question, or this thought, that audiences, and he said people, but I'm going to change it to audiences. Audiences tend to worship success, not talent. How do you feel about that?
Well, when I was younger, that was very frustrating. Now that I've reached ripe old age, I won't say what that is. I could really give a shit.
Exactly.
It's for me. I do this for me now. I write because I want to write, and I write for myself. I write for the people that I know. And the wider audience out there that is interested in the 25 dancers up on the stage and the light show and stuff like, good for them. Go for it. I don't really care. I want to do this now because I enjoy it. I don't play in bars anymore because I don't want to play a lot of cover songs, and I don't want to play to the backs of people's heads. So, I play in listening rooms, and I play in places where original music is being played, and that's what I like doing, and I enjoy it. So, like I said, I don't really care. I think it's wrong, but I don't care anymore.
Got it. Yeah, and that's and I think once you lose that angst for that, it frees you. And just like in your second song, I mean, you've become one with yourself and your heart. So, and that makes total sense, and it just kind of expounds on that concept that you had in that song. Because if you're not happy with yourself, how can you get out there and be, and present that, right?
And I can tell you that since, really my songwriting became much better when I let go of all that stuff. Because now I'm writing from my heart instead of writing to try to please the audience someplace.
Right. Good. Well, thank you again for sharing your songs, Mark, and look forward to seeing you again soon, I'm sure.
Thank you, Pete. Appreciate it.
Yeah, take care.
Yes, thank you, Mark. That was wonderful. Always enjoy your songs. Well, we've got 2 more performers for you, and it's going to be a coin flip as to who's next. Just kidding. We're going to stick with the order that we had. Charles, don't worry. Jason Baker, you are on from Burlington, Vermont. Shout out to the Philadelphia Folk Song Society's monthly virtual open mic. Welcome to the stage.
Thank you very much. The Philadelphia Folk Song Society's virtual open mic is monthly. It's also done with the Philadelphia Area Songwriters Association, and they encourage originals. It's the reason I'm shouting out. It's the one thing I've been able to attend in the last year regularly. Although I missed last month, so I'm giving them a shout out because I missed last month. I got to say how wonderful it is to tune in every month to the Open Mic America, and how wonderful it is to be here tonight and listen to this incredibly talented group of people and all the wonderful songs you've sang. You're very inspiring, and so I want to dedicate this song to all of you, wonderful songwriters and performers here tonight. This is a song about the heart of inspiration. It's from my last release, an EP I released in April called The Dream of Peace, but this song is called I Feel a Good One Coming On. Mountain lake, skipping stones, get a feeling in my bones. I feel a good one coming on. Pick a flat one, let it fly, try to reach the other side. I feel a good one coming on. I feel a good one coming on. I feel a good one coming on. Yeah, there's possibility in every rock and tree. I feel a good one coming on. Singing songs, feeling free, make a new symphony. I feel a good one coming on. Big idea in the head, put it into hearts instead. I feel a good one coming on. I feel a good one coming on. I feel a good one coming on. Yeah, there's possibility in every melody. I feel a good one coming on. Light a flame, call the muse. Shake your bones, sing the blues. Playing games, taking chances, doing strange, enchanted dances. I feel a good one coming on. Say a prayer, sing amen, fail hard, then try again. I feel a good one coming on. I feel a good one coming on. I feel a good one coming on. Yeah, there's possibility in everything you see. I feel a good one coming on. Yeah, there's possibility in everything you see. I feel a good one. I feel a good one. I feel a good one coming on.
All right.
Thank you very much.
That one got me dancing. That was fun.
That was a good one.
All right. Well, that's the idea. I hope some folks sang along, because it's so easy to sing along to, because it just says that same phrase over. So I'm going to, I'm introducing a new instrument here. This is a harmonica holder, but it's not holding the harmonica. This is a flat kazoo. So I think I've invented something new here, but all right. So this gets me on my road to my one-man band. If anybody has one of those bass drums that you strap on your back and, you know, trigger with your foot, I don't know, give me a call. So this is I could use it for this song. It's kind of a jug band song. It turned out that the origin of the song was a misquoted, misattributed Facebook quote that was supposedly be by the Pope, but it turned out when you looked it up, it was a paraphrase of an old Vedic poem. So of course I made a jug band song out of it. The sun don't shine upon itself, it helps the flowers grow. Rivers don't drink their own water as they ebb and flow. Flowers don't smell their own fragrances, they do it for the honeybee. Trees don't eat their own fruit, it's made for you and me. If life is good, be happy, but you know what's really true? Life is better when someone's happy because of you. The rain ain't getting wet, it falls to feed the land. The wind don't blow for nothing, it moves that dirt and sand. We are born to help each other, and that's what we should do. Living for each other by its nature's golden rule. If life is good, be happy, but you know what's really true? Life is better when someone's happy because of you. Thank you very much.
Jason, welcome back.
Hey, how you doing, Pete?
Good. It's
We take this off
wonderful
first.
songs. I'm still reeling from the fact, or the statement you made that there was a misquote on Facebook. I can't see how that's possible.
I know it was that's what made it so notable.
Yeah, it scares me, and I'm fearless, so I don't understand it. So what first sent you down the road and across the path to be, in being a singer-songwriter?
Oh, well, that's a great question. Long ago, when I was a kid, I wanted to be a rock and roll guitar player, and that was my goal wasn't really anything more than that. And my first lesson was my stepsister was dating a guy who was a contemporary at one point of Bruce Springsteen down the Jersey Shore. His name was Bobby Campanella, and he had a band called The Shakes. If you read Bruce's bio, he talks about The Shakes. Bobby took me into the basement, strapped a Stratocaster on me, and taught me Johnny Be Good in about 15 minutes. And he said, "Okay, you're ready to gig." It was, that was where I started. So I played, I was a rock and roll guy. And when I was in I was in a rock band and tried to write songs, and the results were just awful. The lyrics, the music was fine, but the lyrics were just awful. So I shied away from that for like 30 years. So this was sort of a midlife crisis thing. About 2017, I had been playing music with a fellow who was a songwriter, and I started asking him about how songs are written, and I just decided I didn't think it was a New Year's resolution, just decided to do it. And I wrote a lot of songs in 1 year. And it wasn't until 2018, though, that I decided, after accidentally doing a solo gig when my partner didn't show up, and I played all my own stuff, that I could do that. And so that was 2018. I started recording and performing my own solo stuff after about a year of writing songs. I had written about 90 to 100 songs.
Yeah, it's great. So what has been your inspiration? Can you focus in on like one person or one event or one thought process on your as far as an inspiration goes?
I don't know that I have a single inspiration. I just love music a lot, and I think that at a certain point it became the lyrics of music and good songs became more important to me just as I grew as a musician and as a person. I am also, I wrote like 90 songs, but I actually picked songs that had a sort of theme and current running through them of a social justice, for example. So I would consider myself a social justice songwriter for the most part. And so that's kind of what I decided to present in public, at least. I write love songs too. I just don't like singing them.
Okay, that's fair. Well, thank you so much, Jason, for sharing, and look forward to hearing more from you in the future.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me, guys.
Yes, one more time for Jason. Those were very fun, very fun. All right, and I know he's ready because I scared him before the last performer. But we're going to have one more singer-songwriter for you tonight. And it is, of course, Charles Absher from Avondale Estates in Georgia. And he wants to shout out Waller's Coffee Shop open mic, which happens on Tuesdays at 7 in real life. So if any of you are around Avondale Estates in Georgia, go ahead and check out Charles. But for now, what have you got, Charles? Are you ready?
Oh, I think I'm ready. Yeah, if anybody's in town, get a hold of me and we'll go to Waller's together. This song, I think it's 45 to 50 years old. I wrote this song a long time ago. And it's not a true story, but I sometimes wish it could have been. But I think it might have been true for somebody, but not me. It's called A Cold and Lonely Friend. Way down in New Orleans, where the days are hot and the nights are cooled by the sea, I met a pretty little girl. She was only 17, but she fell in love with me. She kept me cool during the day and warm during the nights. You might say that she was fine, but things started closing in too fast. When the leaves turned to brown, I left her far behind. She thought she saw a light in my window, but I never let her come in. She told me she loved me, but I never answered. That's why I'm just a cold and lonely friend. Miles turned to years and laughter to tears. I held her memory every day, till one sleepless night a memory couldn't hold me tight, and I wondered if there still might be a way. To the bayou I ran, hoping she might understand and be willing to take me back again. But she was older too, and I felt just like a fool. She was with another one-night traveling man. She said it's been a while, you didn't even call her right to tell me where you were. But never you mind, I'm all right. I just thought you might have found yourself another little girl. What could I say? I'd been too long away, searching for the one I'd left behind. And if I keep moving on, well, it's not because I'm strong, it's that moving's the only prayer in my mind. She thought she saw a light in my window, but I never let her come in. She told me she loved me, but I never answered. That's why I'm just a cold and lonely friend.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. Good. Yeah.
I always feel strange when I say this is my latest song, but this is the latest one I've written. I'm not very prolific, but I do write a few every so often. This song is called Sometimes. It's hard to say that I'm a Christian. And this is not my story, but I wish it could be. But I think it's something that we may, a lot of us have experienced or maybe have gone through. But anyway, here we go. Sometimes it's hard to say that I'm a Christian. So much hate is flowing from the ones who can't or will not listen. It pains me to explain why I don't loudly proclaim. Sometimes it's hard to say that I'm a Christian. Looking back upon my childhood, now it's clear how my parents quietly taught me to hear gentle whispering, floating in the breeze, stillness beckoning. In the rustling of the leaves, I am grateful. They led me to believe how love could overcome and vanquish hate and greed. But sometimes it's hard to say that I'm a Christian. So much hate is flowing from the ones who can't or will not listen. It pains me to explain why I don't loudly proclaim. Sometimes it's hard to say that I'm a Christian. I don't shout my faith from the corner down the street, and I don't demand it from the folks I meet. Helping people is how I stake my claim, bringing comfort to those who are in pain, carrying water to the thirsty and the lame. It's how I celebrate and praise His name. But sometimes it's hard to say that I'm a Christian. So much hate is flowing from the ones who can't or will not listen. It pains me to explain why I don't loudly proclaim. Sometimes it's hard to say that I'm a Christian. But I pray when I am lonely, I pray when I'm in fear, and I pray because I'm thankful that my way has been made clear. But most of all, I pray that you will find joy and happiness that will safely carry you and keep you blessed. Still, sometimes it's hard to say that I'm a Christian. So much hate is flowing through the ones who can't or will not listen. It pains me to explain why I don't loudly proclaim. Sometimes it's hard to say. But at the end of my day, in my own way, I am a Christian.
Nicely done.
Thank you.
Oh, that was wonderful, Charles. So you went back 50 years, and then your current song, which begs the question, and we haven't talked, right? I feel like a kind of a magician right now. We haven't talked. So my question is to you, is when you play or listen to past songs, do you revisit the feelings or where you were at the time you wrote them?
Well, I recall the feelings, yes. And I think that's what makes songwriting special, to me at least, is that I try to write things that mean something to me. And so I recall what that feeling was at the time. So it kind of brings back that feeling I wanted to convey and those thoughts that I had at the time.
Yeah, music, to me, sometimes can be such a time machine. I listen to a song and I go, sends me right back to where I was, what hallway I was at high school or something when I first heard it or something like that, and it just kind of brings me back to that feeling and that event, and that's why I said, well, hey, you teed me up that way.
Yes.
Charles, I appreciate that.
Well, I have been involved with Musicians on Call. For those of you who don't know what that is, we go to hospitals and we play for the patients there. And it's amazing what songs will do for people. It brings back those memories they had. You can play a song that they have from their childhood or their early adulthood, and it brings back these memories and these feelings, and it's so amazing to see that happen. And that's what music does.
Exactly, and it's music is therapeutic. You can all these things that we can say, and Musicians on Call is just a fantastic program. Before COVID, I was involved with it, and now it's kind of hopefully it's getting back in.
They're trying
to
start back up, I think, in the live thing. They've done things, but of course, it'd be terrible for people to go into a hospital room and spread germs. So that was the
exactly
reason for
they have
stopping it.
Yeah, exactly. Well, Charles, thank you so much for sharing, and look forward to hearing you again on an upcoming show, or live in Georgia.
Great, thanks.
Great. Well, thank you so much. Gosh, another fantastic night of songs, variety, just so many different styles tonight, and that's so. I mean, it's Dave. You're a wizard. It's fantastic. It just it's like it's opening. Like I say, I keep repeating the same thing over again, but it's like opening up a gift. Each one of you have two gifts you share, and it's just a wonderful experience on these Sunday afternoons. So thank you so much. Appreciate you all, and I'm going to turn it back to Laura.
I couldn't agree more. Ditto everything that Pete just said. It's been amazing listening to all of you guys. This show has really been a great. Thank you, Dave, for putting this all together. And we got another successful week. And
Thank you guys. You guys do an awesome job.
Yeah.
Aw.
Oh yeah, everybody was wonderful.
Laura.
It was just great.
TK.
Well, thank you. We're just here to make you guys all look good, and I think you guys can handle that well on your own. But I'm glad we helped. Well, for those of you out there in YouTube land, that is the end of our show tonight. But I do want to give a big thank you to everyone who is watching there at home. You know, the show wouldn't be anything without you guys watching it. And we're so thankful that you guys are here. And I also want to thank our performers again, of course. Where would we be without our amazing singer-songwriters? Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Robert. Thank you, Charles. Thank you, Jason. Thank you, Don. Thank you, Neil. Thank you, Jimmy. Thank you, Jan. You guys have all been amazing tonight. And of course, thank you again to our crew. Thank you, Pete, for interviewing everyone. Great questions tonight. TK, I think the show has run so smoothly. Thank you so much. And of course, Capo Dave, thank you for being the founder and starting this all up. We are so glad that we have been able to get Open Mic America up off the ground and running so strong. And if any of you out there had a good time at the show tonight, please feel free to spread the word. You can do it with word of mouth. Tell people you like Open Mic America. Go look for Open Mic America on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook. We have a Facebook group called the Open Mic America Music Show that you can join. Or you can head to the website that's openmicamerica.com. Go to the green room section of that website where you can print out posters with our logo. You can get a t-shirt that has our logo on it, and you can spread it all around. But of course, remember, our mission that I mentioned at the top of the show is to support our local open mics. So if anyone watching feels inspired, go to a local open mic. They're out there. We've had our performers each shout out at least one tonight, and we will have all of those listed on our website on the local open mics tab. So you can head over there and take a look at websites that have been shouted out here, do a search, find an open mic that is nearby you, and go take a look. And if you've liked any of the performers tonight, their personal links to their websites will also be on the openmicamerica.com website as well. With all of that out of the way, it's time to close out the show. Don't worry, we will be back next week on August 21st. The show's going to be hosted by Daphne and Capo Dave, and I'm going to be teching next week. So please stay tuned for the full lineup. Where is it? You know, openmicamerica.com. So thank you all so much for watching. We're all going to wave goodbye. And everyone go ahead and mute so that we don't mess up the credits. But thank you all so much for watching. We will see you next time. Good night, America.
If you meet me at the corner of Russell and Albina, just about a block from Mississippi Avenue, I'll take you to a house where they hang carpets on the wall. And if we go there on a Sunday, there's a song I'll take you through.